this guy Jack Kellogg is constantly trolling my comment sections with some of the dumbest takes you will ever see, and this is no exception. You see the comment, it says all on Biden. What are we talking about? Well, I was talking in that video about how since Donald Trump has taken office, our trade deficit is growing. And he says it's all on Biden. I'd love for him to explain how almost 6 months into the Trump administration, with Trump throwing around all kinds of trade policy in the last 6 months, how trade deficits growing in the month of May are now Biden's fault. Trade deficit expands 19% in May. The U.S. trade deficit expanded nearly 19% to $71.5 billion as exports declined more than imports declined. The U.S. International Trade in Goods and Services, also known as the FT 900, is published monthly by the Bureau of Economic Analysis with data going back to 1992. The monthly reports include revisions that go back several months. This trade balance measures the difference in value between imported and exported goods and services. Here is an excerpt from the last report. The U.S. goods and services trade deficit increased in May 2025, according to the U.S. Bureau of Economic Analysis and the U.S. Census Bureau. The deficit increased from $60.3 billion in April to $71.5 billion in May, as exports decreased more than imports. The goods deficit increased 11.2 billion, in May to 97.5 billion. The services surplus decreased 0.1 billion in May to 26 billion. Luckily for you, they put it in picture format so even idiots like you can grasp it. The gray line going up and down is 2020, when Biden came into office. We had a trade deficit growing, and then you saw it shrunk severely into 2024. And now in 2025, it's growing exponentially. That's not on Biden, you fucking dumbass. That's on Trump. You see that sharp drop off at the end there, numbnuts? That's all Trump. Zero Biden. But please, explain to all of us how Joe Biden can be held responsible for a growing trade deficit after Donald Trump has been in charge of trade for the last 6 months. Putting tariffs on, taking tariffs off, raising tariffs, lowering tariffs, adjusting tariffs, threatening war. How is all of that Joe Biden's fault?